I know it's been a while since my last video, when I took some time off because I was sort of rediscovering myself and thinking of topics to speak about and further explore stuff that I've already spoken about in the previous year and a half, 2 years that I've been doing videos. I mean, I've been doing videos for actually over 15 years, but taking breaks on and off, coming back sporadically here and there. But I was going to discuss the possibility about going on that show, Soft White Underbelly. I don't know if any of you ever heard of it. It's a show that's run by a guy named laita, and he brings people off the streets and people around the world and interviews them and questions them and asks them basically what they want to do in life and what they have done. And some of the people are a lot of ex-drug addicts or current drug addicts, homeless, military veterans, ex-police officers, famous mob figures like Michael Franzese, and a few celebrities, Matthew Cox, who embezzled millions of dollars, Clark Fredrickson, who killed his would-be rapist, so many others. And anyways, I was thinking about discussing my life, even though I'm not popular in that sense, and I've been through a lot of things, and I'm thinking maybe it might be a step in the right direction for me to discuss my Asperger's and my aspirations for life and what I've been through. Thing is, though, this guy is all the way in North Hollywood, which is in Southern California. I'm in Northern California, so it'd be quite a ways to get out there for me. I have to find the time to get out there. Unless, of course, he happens to come to the Bay Area and I can see him somewhere and discuss my life. I just think it would be good therapy for me, and then it would help get my videos that I've had over the years out there, and more people will understand my story and what I've been through. And it's very important, to get everything out and to explain it in such a way that everyone will understand, because some people will not understand. They'll judge you right off the bat when they first see what happens. They'll be thrown off by what's going on when they hear certain things, and certain things will be triggers for other people. Like for me, I've got certain triggers too. I mean, relationships are a touchy subject for me, and I've discussed that in the majority of my videos, and what I would like in a relationship and how I'd want it to be if I could get it to be that way, which so far I've I've had zero luck. I've been rejected by so many women that I've fallen head over heels for. And these women are women that I've been friends with for a while, some for a few years. And they just all tell me, you can do better. That's basically a code word for saying, you're just not my type, or I'm not interested in you. Sort of the nice sugarcoating way of saying it. I'd rather somebody tell me you're really not my type. I mean, for me, rejection is something that really hurts. And I've always been sensitive to it. With my Asperger's, and ever since I was a kid, I remember I used to cry when I got rejected. And I could feel like the tears coming from my chest, going up to my brain, coming out of my eyes. And it's a feeling that almost I can describe as like death. I'm hypersensitive when it comes to rejection. I always have been, and it's something I'm struggling every day to fight. I don't like being sensitive. I feel that it makes me weak, and sensitivity can be misconstrued as weakness, and others will use it against you. So you have to be careful. You can't do what I'm doing and sitting there and whine when some girl that you're head over heels for rejects you and says she's not interested. You just got to move on. And I'm trying to, if one rejects me, I'll just go to the next, and I'll keep going. And if I keep getting rejected, oh well, that's just what was meant to be. And it's a bitter pill to swallow, and I'll have no choice but to deal with it. But I can't give up. I want what I want, and I'm determined to get it. And I'm not going to let nothing and anyone stop me or get in my way. That's just how I am. I never say die, and I keep fighting. What I really hate is, though, when I'm interested in someone, they reject me, but then later on down the road, a year or years later, they'll say that they like me and all of a sudden show an interest. And people really are fucked up for that. They shouldn't even do that. That's not fair. That's a good way to piss somebody off, and I find that offensive. If you turned me down already, you already fucking offended me. No need for you to come back and try to get back at me to try to say you're sorry, because it ain't going to work. I'm not going to forgive you because I'm not the forgiving kind or type. And it is what it is, you know. I wish I could change it, but I just can't. And it is what it is. Hopefully I can get all this out if I ever get to go to the Soft White Underbelly. And if even Mark Laisha will even have me on his show. I don't think he will, though. He's really busy. He goes all around the world. He was just recently in Thailand. If you guys haven't seen any of his stuff, you guys need to see it. His videos are very educational. There was this incestuous family that was on there called the Whitakers, and they've been inbred for generation after generation, and they've got a lot of birth defects that are very serious, and it's horrible. One of them just died recently, and they were all on his show. Some can't talk because of the incest, because their DNA is messed up. Physically, they can't speak. They're missing chromosomes. There's a lot of the videos on there that have really touched me personally, that I can say that I've watched on more than one occasion. From different homeless people to different criminals. He's got murderers on there, rapists, and I kid you not, they're on there and they're speaking their story. Some of the people are sprawled out on drugs so bad that you can't comprehend what they're saying, and it's questionable. Then there's others who are on drugs, but they're with it. They're not as bad. There's people on fentanyl that are on there. There's people on meth, heroin. And there's people that are even wanting to do drugs on his show. There's even one episode where a guy pulls a gun out at him, I think, points it at the camera, and makes threats. The show is actually amazing. Honestly, my opinion, should be aired on like network TV. It shouldn't even have to be on the internet because it's that good. And this guy knows what he's talking about. When he questions these people, he does it sincerely. There's nothing fake about Mark at all. Seems like a genuine good guy, and I would love an opportunity to get to know him, tell my story. Mark, if you have me on there, please give me a shout out. Been a loyal fan now for a couple years. I love what you do. I appreciate you. For the rest of you guys, if I make it or I get a response, I'm going to let you know. In the meantime, I will be making more videos and slowly making a return.